Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Come on, everybody.
We're back to talk Vanderpump Rules, season 11, episode 7, written in the stars. Poor Allie is trying her best to be a positive influence in this, but these people got way too much history. And these people are still just going to be tied up in the Tom Sandoval, Ariana. Can you be friends with both? And it's becoming glaringly obvious that you're not going to be able to be friends with both if you care about what Ariana thinks about you, right? I think that's been
That's a nice way to say.
like, because at the end of the day, there's so many layers to this, right? I think the Scheana layer is a big layer, right? Like Sheena's insufferable. Scheana
Yes.
is literally making herself the third member of a breakup. Scheana talks about having her grieving. Scheana literally, why do you need to go to Lisa's house to talk about that?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I've been saying it since I watched the whole season. I don't get like her at all anymore. So
You're not best friends with her. You have never really been super accepted in this group. You always know that. It's sad, but it's like 12 years later, and Sheena's still trying to do actions to be approved and be accepted into
yeah.
that group. And I think the moment that she can somehow psychologically let that go is when she really becomes the best version of herself, right? Because she still is looking for approval from these people. It is the truth.
It's never gonna happen though.
It's not going to happen. And that's why I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
when you realize that, realize Ariana, when it comes down to it, Ariana isn't really a great friend, right? Like, Ariana is also now becoming big and doing her own thing. She is not worrying about you. Worry about your own thing. But, like, just go be friends with Sandoval. And guess what, though? Katie's not wrong. He's not a good friend. He's not a great dude. He doesn't care about you as much as he cares about anything. He cares about himself. I just don't understand where this scandal happened, Brian. And they all just forgot everything that ever happened in their lives with each other.
Yeah, they have like goldfish memory.
It's like a new timeline started.
Yeah, it's like once an event happens, it erases everything that happened in the past of like bad things they've all done or like obviously I mean I guess this one's worse. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just really getting hard to root for anybody in the show, to be honest with you, watching tonight. Like, yeah, I thought tonight was a good episode. I don't really like anybody currently.
Like they even have to see the Sandoval stuff. Sandoval finding out that Raquel is done with him and talk to Lisa. And now we've come to find out that's like when Lisa was trying to get Raquel to come back to the show. And I've heard about that convo and it being very, she doesn't care about Raquel. She wants her back on the show, right? Like that's, but none of these people have ever cared. Lisa, at least being honest. That's why she did the whole Sandoval crusade. She wants to keep the show going. The only thing she cares about.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah, and I mean, if Pump was it Villa, the Manor show, and if the Valley goes well, I know that she's
Vanderpump
linked to the
Manor
Valley.
and
Yeah, but yeah, the Manor
Valley.
show. If that goes well, maybe this because I mean, no offense, this season's not that interesting to be honest. Like
No, it's
it's
boring.
not, and yeah. I mean, we just are loyal at this point, but thank
Look,
God it's on at 8. That's all I'm gonna say. If this was on at 10 o'clock, I don't know if I'd
oh,
be
this would be brutal. I was like half sleeping on the couch today because I was doing so much work in the house. I was like, man, like I actually said that to my wife too. I'm like, I am glad this is on now. I obviously I still gotta like edit it and all that, but it's a lot better than starting at 11. You
Oh,
know that.
absolutely, dude. Oh man, that
So
changes the whole dynamic of any show we cover. Like, when is it on TV? Like, if it's over, if it's 8 to 9, they could be the worst episode I've ever watched. But I'm here. I'll review it because we're out of here by 9:30.
so overall, look, like I this we know what this season's gonna be. The season is about deciding how the group dynamic shakes out post Scandoval, right? And frankly, I wouldn't be surprised now with how much time Ariana has spent. We now know is spent in New York. She did Dancing with the Stars for a while in LA, but I'm sure that was pretty time consuming. And then now, obviously, being out in Chicago, doing Chicago and New York and having that extended, like he's probably pretty back in that group.
You talking Tom?
Yeah, Tom's probably pretty back in that group.
Yeah, because when Vinny was on Dancing with the Stars, he was there for a couple like a decent amount of episodes, wasn't he? He was like in LA.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be in LA for the entire thing for Dancing with the Stars,
Yeah,
but I know it's time consuming.
yeah.
So I mean, you could still do some things besides that, but it's very tough.
How
To
did she do? I don't.
She came
I
in
do
like the
not care
top
about that
three,
movie
dude. She
stuff.
made it like all the way to the finale. That's like what spurred on the whole Chicago
I think
thing.
that was fan voting.
Fan voting,
Yeah,
and judges combination. She
yeah,
was really good.
yeah. That's a show. I know it's reality TV. That will never be one you'll see me reviewing, but not for me. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be the reunion is really what we're waiting for to get to this. That's the end goal here. We'll deal with the star charts and the tuxedo nights and
I don't even see why you'd really want to be friends with both of them at the same time, right? Anyway, you wouldn't. It doesn't
oh,
even really make sense. You wouldn't really like one if you really like the other, right?
right.
I don't. It's just goofy. Um,
Yeah,
Speaking of goofy, you had Schwartz and JoJo. God, that they were just the worst. It's so classic, and she's the classic bro chick, just like trying so hard to be just like cool, and like he's a goof. Whatever. It's the kind of chick he needs to be with, honestly. Just go be goofy somewhere.
yeah, yeah. I wish they would reference some of these shows. Like, was he on Stars on Mars during this or post this?
I think so. I know he did the Winter House thing, but
Yeah, they don't because they never reference any shows that aren't on the network.
yeah, I
So
know.
I'd like to know just kind of like the timeline of like where that is and
I'm
things like
sure we'll
that.
find out. They may mention it. If it hasn't happened yet, maybe they mention it. Maybe it's like something that happened after filming. So,
Maybe.
uh, yeah, I mean, nothing really. Schwartz is real. That's a boring storyline. Scheana stuff we covered. Lala, we've seen that it's already happened. She's getting a sperm donor. She doesn't want to mess with no man. Wants her own kid. Nothing could go wrong. No divorce. No. That's
They're
just
like,
live your life, girl. There's a lot of other worse things that are happening than having a kid. I guess she's got the money. She'll take care of it.
right.
Lisa, like I said, Lisa did her like she was all over the place today. She was active. She was really pushing. She's been a lot of screen time the last few weeks,
She's become like the therapist.
which is
She's
very
like,
funny if
have
you've
we ever
ever
seen her
watched.
doing anything? Like, honestly, minus last week, they broke a wall, but she's just talking to people about Sandoval. That's it. That's like,
Yeah, and Lisa's terrible at actually dealing with things because if you watched her on Housewives and all of her storylines and stuff, Lisa was not very always like forthright about being honest with things. Let's just be honest. Let's just say that. So it is very funny now to watch years later to be like, okay, Lisa, you give that advice. I can't wait for you to eventually go back and see that's her run. It's very funny. Um, what else? We covered Allie in the star charts. I like her. I just I just feel bad for her. I'm wondering how long if the show keeps going on, like how long it takes for her to become like jaded and become one of them.
well, did you watch the preview?
I saw the trailer for like the rest of the season.
Yeah, she was saying, unless this is edited, I mean, she's like, I can't see like us being with kids because like James wants kids. She's like, I don't know about that. Sheena's like, I don't know if I see you long term with Brock. Like, what are these conversations that
There
like
was some
she
good
doesn't
editing in
marry?
that trailer. My
Yeah,
wife asked me that too. She's like, "Do you think that was a trick?" And I said, I doubt that Sheena said to Brock, I don't see myself with you forever." Like, you know what I mean? I just
if she says that like like out of the, I think I think they edited
out of
it.
context.
She probably said it like I didn't see that, and then I got to know you, and now I love you, or something stupid like that. But
Yeah, exactly.
hopefully.
I'm sure it's exactly like
But I
that.
really like the Sheena question to Sandoval. Do you like me when the cameras are on, or do you like me all the time? I was like, those are the kind of questions they need to start asking each other. Like,
Yeah, and that's the kind of questions you should have asked 10 years ago, though,
yeah,
with
it's
these
also
people.
true.
You're getting all upset. Exactly, dude. Exactly. You need to decide if you care or not. If you really care, it's going to be tough. I
Mhm.
also, quick shout out, the Jax Taylor name drop. They're like, oh, I still hear rumors about him running around town, and now I find out that like his marriage is in shambles, and that trailer came out for the Valley, and it showed
Mhm.
him and Brittany arguing a lot. That show's gonna be juicy. I
I'm excited
cannot
for it.
wait.
I'm more excited than watching this, and I also like the Lisa voiceover. It's like, why are we going to a brunch hosted by Jax Taylor? I was like, Yes. Do you think that's at the end of the season though? Like when do you think we're
Scumbags
getting?
and cheaters.
Yeah, when do you think we're getting that?
Probably. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what the end date of the end storyline of this. It's just gonna end one episode. All of a sudden, it's just gonna be like, oh, it's by the way, it's the last episode. We're like, oh, cool. I guess
Yeah.
like old seasons, basically.
Like the casino, it's like the Casino Royale looking finale that they have going on,
It
whatever
could
that is.
literally be like a Jack Taylor brunch could be like the finale. I could see that because of that other show starting. You know what I mean? That would be almost
Oh
like a
wow.
good.
So this is yeah, so that would be like the Summer House debut they did in Vanderpump Rules, like in like season two, or I don't remember what
I
it
don't
was,
know.
but like they like had the extended
Called
episode.
they call it a backdoor pilot. That would usually be like during a
Yeah,
season,
that's what I
but
thought. That'd be in the
it would be
middle,
like
but
during a season. I could see that too, but like I also if yeah, maybe Jackson more than one episode too. I don't know. It'd be
yeah, I
interesting.
don't know. I mean,
I'm really looking forward to finding that out, though.
me too, me too. I know a lot of people probably aren't, but we are.
There we are.
We want some good fun drama. The drama we're watching right now is just like it's here we go
I
again.
need some drama. I need drama, Brian. Like, look at my room. Like, it's all like it's becoming a baby room. I need some juice. You know what I mean? And I go to watch the reality tonight. Was the only reality thing I'm watching tonight. And I was just like, ugh, this is really it. I, they're just they seem like I know that they're like I'm not saying they're actors, but now just even seeing them sitting at Sir, it doesn't even seem natural
No,
anymore,
none of it
right?
is. Like Tom Sandoval's randomly there, like, hey guys, what's
I'm
up?
already down the street. It's like
Yeah.
no, you just filmed next door. Like
Right.
just
Yeah. You saw a bunch of cameras for them.
know your schedule. We know
Yeah.
you're just scheduled. Just don't. Oh God.
I know. Yeah. We're not dumb
People,
here.
let us know if you agree. Like, let us know if
I
you're
definitely don't.
drugged down with us here a little bit on this season, or
I don't know.
somehow it's still your cat's meow somehow.
We're not pro Ariana all the time, so they definitely don't like us.
I'm not saying I don't care if they like us. I want to know if they like the season.
Oh, if they tell me they do, they're liars.
That's all I'm asking. I'm asking like,
It's
I
not a
don't
good
think they like
season.
us.
It's not a good season. I haven't seen anybody online say it's a good season.
This
When I'm
is like
on
a
the hashtag,
bottom 2 or 3 season
yeah,
ever.
it's just boring. It's just
This is
boring.
like down up there with like the new cast years.
They need to work. That's what I like. I want to kind of relate to them a little bit when they have jobs. Like that's I
Even
think
like
that's
they were opening the bar, right? Tom and Tom are trying to open the bar, the
yeah. I mean,
restaurant, but we
it's
don't see
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Like we, how many times have we been to the sandwich shop? Like once.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so like I mean, I would be very okay with seeing those things. Like at least I'd rather them argue. Like Katie and Ariana have a conversation at the sandwich shop. Like, hey, we're working here, but Tom still sucks. I'd be like, all right, like just a little chatter over some work.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing, Brian. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say about this episode. Check out all of our other coverage this week. We have a bunch of different shows starting, ending, a bunch of old cast interviews, different shows. Check all of our stuff out. Also, check out our TikTok at the Reality Guys. But for myself, Brian, everyone here, thank you so much for watching. Peace.